teams are just starting to filter in as they get ready for the Prologue Day and their first two competitive stages for Targa West this year. It's an absolutely glorious day here. We're at Whiteman Park, which is about 20 kilometres north of the Perth CBD. Interestingly, Lou Whiteman from the Whiteman family, who left this property to the state government, provided it was never developed, we're using it for race day. And it now actually even houses the Cavish and Wildlife Park, the Tractor Museum of WA, and more interestingly to me is the WA Motor Museum. While we're here and before they get underway, let's go and have a quick look inside. It really is an amazing array of motor vehicles, over 130 in the facility, ranging from 1898 all the way through to the current models. It's actually very hard to know where to start, so we thought we'd start with the oldest, this 1898 Star. So it's over 100 years old. Interesting facts for me is a single-cylinder horizontal motor and was rated at 3.5 horsepower. Who said that electric cars were a new thing? Here's a 1917 Detroit electric car. This is the first Mitsubishi to be designed and built in Australia, a 1985 Mitsubishi Magna. This display car is actually the Magna Wagon prototype. It's covered 11,000 kilometres on Mitsubishi's proving ground, but was never licensed on the public roads as being a prototype. It doesn't have the necessary compliance. What's intriguing about the WA Motor Museum is it's not just about cars, it's about everything to do with motors, bikes, push bikes and everything else. It's an amazing array of not just cars and memorabilia like we spoke about, but also some classic bikes here, including this, the oldest, 1912, a 3.5 horsepower Triumph. The workshops aren't like this anymore. Some replica oil tins, containers, drums, even diagnostic equipment, lathes, some amazing stuff on display. We talked before about Mitsubishi Motors' first car they ever produced in Australia. Well, this is the last. This is the Mitsubishi 380, which was the last Australian designed and built car for Mitsubishi Motors before they shut the plant down in South Australia. And what Australian Motor Museum would be complete without some Aussie muscle cars? So from the Holden HG Monaro GTS 350 from 1970, a gorgeous limited edition 1972 Holden SS sedan. And this is the clone of an A9X hatchback, which was built to commemorate the late Peter Brock, who with co-driver and Targa West competitor Jim Richards drove to victory in the 1978 Bathurst 1000. Now for you Back to the Future fans, this one is something you're going to remember. This is the road version of the car made famous in that film. It's the 1982 DeLorean DCM-12. What makes this car so special is there were 9,200 of this model made, but only 16 were right-hand drive. That makes this one very rare car. Well, this would have to be the top end of town, Bentley Boulevard. And what some amazing collection of cars, including the one next to me here, the 1974 Rolls-Royce Phantom 6 limousine. But I'm leaning on my favourite, I've got to say. Look at this thing, a 1931 Cadillac. It is just beautiful. And one of the many amazing cars and attractions here. And not only cars, but bikes and bicycles, memorabilia, model cars, an amazing array. Definitely well worth the visit to Whiteman Park to come and look at some of these collections. I've got to stop drooling. The cars are about to get underway out there. Let's go and see some of the action of this year's Targa West.